In the heart of South America, where sprawling horizons meet the pulse of modern life, lies a city that never truly stands still. A place defined not by a single identity, but by the countless stories, cultures, and rhythms that converge to shape it. This is Sao Paulo. From above, the city stretches outward like an ocean of concrete and possibility, towering blocks rising beside quiet, tree-lined pockets of everyday life. Sao Paulo is vast, layered, complex. It's a metropolis that breathes with millions of voices, all adding to a harmony that can only exist in a place this alive. As day breaks, the city awakens in waves. You can feel a continuous movement, markets opening, distant traffic building, and the soft melody of conversations drifting between streets and neighborhoods. Sao Paulo is a tapestry woven from migration, tradition, reinvention, and imagination. Each community carries its own colors, foods, music, and customs. Together, they form a cultural mosaic unlike anywhere else in the world. What makes Sao Paulo stand out isn't just the sheer scale, it's the diversity of experiences layered within it. Here, cultures blend so naturally that lines seem to disappear. You hear languages from across the globe, taste dishes that reflect centuries of blending and adaptation, and meet people whose heritage spans continents. In many ways, Sao Paulo is a living example of how humanity mixes and evolves, without losing its roots. Art flows through the city like a river, on walls, in studios, across stages, and under open skies. Creativity is both an expression and a conversation. Every brushstroke, beat, and story is part of the city's ongoing effort to understand itself. The artistic landscape, dynamic, bold, and sometimes chaotic, mirrors the energy of the streets. It tells of struggle and triumph, old traditions and new interpretations, individuality and community. Even in a city this large, nature still finds its space. Pockets of green soften the urban edges, offering refuge from the constant motion. Parks and urban forests provide a chance to breathe, reflect, or simply observe the world as it rushes by. From above, these spaces look like an emerald island, calm, grounded, and resilient against the momentum surrounding them. As the sun begins to set, Sao Paulo shifts again. Warm light washes over the skyline, turning glass and concrete into gold. The tempo changes, but it never slows. Nighttime introduces a new rhythm, one shaped by conversation, cuisine, music, and the hum of people finding connection in the hours after dusk. The city becomes a living canvas of sound and color, transforming yet again while remaining unmistakably itself. Come along with me as we explore the spirit and the energy of Sao Paulo. One moment, one horizon, one discovery at a time. Hello everybody, and welcome to episode number 5 of Around the Globe 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, we are sitting here at the gate in Cape Town, South Africa. We are currently refueling the plane. Pretty soon here, we are going to be getting the boarding process underway with catering, passengers, cargo. You can see the crew here on the ground ready to go, making sure all the final checks have been taken care of. And we are sitting here ready to take our plane over today to South America. We are on our way to Sao Paulo, Brazil. So thank you all so much for joining. This is episode 5 of Around the Globe 2026. If this is the first episode you have seen, head over to the playlist on the channel, and I'll have the full playlist there with all previous episodes there ready for your viewing pleasure. So here we are. We are going to be American Airlines 4523 today from Cape Town, South Africa, over to São Paulo, Brazil. We're expecting a flight time of 8 hours and 44 minutes airtime, block time gate to gate 9 hours and 12 minutes. We are going to be expecting flight level 360, so 36,000 feet. We're going to be taking with us today 180,000 pounds of fuel. And pretty soon here we're going to be boarding our 263 passengers. So with that, friends, we are going to jump into the cockpit.
International Airport.
All right, first things first, let's go down to the FMC, and we're going to start entering in a few things here. All right, first things first, we're going to get our departure airport in here of FACT. Very good. We'll throw that in there for our initialization. Very good. Over on the route page, we're going to go FACT for Cape Town. And then our destination today is going to be SBGR for Sao Paulo. So we're going to get that thrown in here. Just double checking the iCal here. Yep, SBGR. Very good. Throw that in there. And with every flight on the Around the Globe, we're going to be American Airlines 4523. And we were given runway 19 for our departure, so we'll just throw that in there first. And now we can do our flight number of American Airlines 4523.
American 4523, can you repeat that? Expect runway 19er.
Runway 19er for American 4523.
American 4523, runway 19er confirmed. Contact ground on 121.9er for taxi instructions.
Okay, perfect. One thing I'm going to do here in just a little bit, though, we do need to change our call sign because we are an aircraft over, I believe the threshold is like 350,000 pounds. You do need to be classified as a heavy, so that's one thing that I need to do here before we push back from the gate. So we'll take care of that call sign. And we are a max weight here of 470,000 pounds today. So we'll just make sure we do that before we go. But in the meantime, let's go over to the EFB here. Let's start loading our passengers. We'll start loading our catering. And we'll get loading our cargo. You can see fuel is already being loaded. And it's got about 30,000 pounds yet to go of fuel.
Sure.
All right, perfect. So let's go over to the departure page here. We're expecting that runway 19 today for departure. And we're going to be on the Imoso 1B departure. Let's just go with that. Perfect. We'll throw that in there. And then let's, I'm just looking over here at my other monitor here. And we're going to be taking the UQ36. All right, perfect. Take that airway, okay, and then we're going to be jumping over to Apkin. Throw that in there. And then from Apkin, we're going to UL224 as our next airway. We'll throw that in there. Very good. All right, and then we are going to be departing that at ITMEC. So we'll type in ITMEC. And then we're going to be going to ITGIV, ITGIV. Throw that in there. Perfect. And then from ITGIV, we're going to be going to Roner. We'll throw that in there. Very good. And then from Roner, we're going to be going to ADA. And we'll select the top one. Always select that top waypoint. Whenever you have that list come up, always select that top waypoint. Very important. Otherwise, you will not be on the path that you want to be on to your destination. All right, so now we're going to be doing the UL340 airway. Throw that in, and then from there, we're going to be exiting at Osoru. So we'll throw that in there. And then UZ10 for our final airway today. Perfect. All right, everything is looking good there. Let's go over here to arrivals. Now, we do have an 8-hour, almost 9-hour flight. You do not usually have to put in your arrival. I like to do it just so I can kind of see our path, and that way if our runway doesn't change, I already got my full flight plan in, but you do not have to always enter in your arrival right away. You can always just wait till you're airborne to go ahead and do it. But today we're going to be on the Edmua 1 arrival into Sao Paulo, and we'll just kind of cycle through here and get rid of any discontinuities, anything that just doesn't kind of look right. So there's one, there's another, perfect, and all right, looking good. And then all of those dashes will be filled in once we fill in this perf in its page. So perfect. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and enter in. Let's see. Actually, let's not do that first. Let's do things the proper way here. Let's put that 0 fuel weight in here first. So 373.2. We'll throw that in there. Very good. Reserves are going to be 2,000, so 2.0. And now we can put our cruise altitude in of 360. Very good. Cost index today is going to be 160. Very good. And we'll go over to our thrust page. I'm just taking a look over to my left. I gotta clear that. We gotta go plus. There we go. Plus 49. All right, and then we can go ahead and get in our flaps of 5 degrees, and we'll accept our V speeds here. Very good. And now once we get, let's see here, we gotta optimize our CG. So very good. So I already did that before the stream started. So we're going to go 30.2 on the CG, so we're going to have a trim of 4.75. So we'll set our trim to 4.75 once we get pushed back. All right, so now you can see that our altitude and speeds are all entered in here as we cycle through, and you can kind of see our flight path. I'm going to increase the range here a little bit so you can take a look. And you can see as I cycle through the waypoints, you can see our path through to our destination. And then there's the airport. We're going to go up, down, and around, and in. So everything is looking really good there. One thing I might try to do today, using Say Intentions, is use the vectoring. One thing that I've really wanted to try doing more is using their vectoring in, and I know a lot of times that is the proper way to do things, but my biggest issue has always been the click points in this plane. For the dials have always been kind of touchy for me, but I have my WinWing Boeing panel, and with that WinWing Boeing panel, it is now capable to work with this plane, the autopilot panel, that is. So we're going to use that today, and we're going to put that to the test, because I would love to get vectors from ATC and get better at that. So all right, so it looks like we're done with fueling. We'll get a hold of ground. Perfect. All right, fueling is complete. Very good. And now we're just waiting for boarding, passengers, and cargo to be completed. Yeah, so like I was saying, if you have the WinWing Boeing autopilot panel, that does now work with this 777. I want to say maybe an update a couple weeks ago allowed it to work. I actually just kind of discovered it by accident today setting up this flight. So with that, I want to be able to put that to the test and see what all works and how it's mapped. Let's get the APU on. There we go. We can go ahead and take our external power off here soon. Now that the APU is running, I just want to double check one thing. Yep, we're good there. So we can go back up here and we can disconnect that. We'll go over here to the EFB, and we'll go over to ground service, and we'll let them disconnect the 2 GPUs. But yeah, to have that panel in front of me, and if you want to see a picture of it, I have a picture on my YouTube page in the post section. You can see my sim setup, and you can see
How can I help you?
how handy it is for me to use the way I have it all configured.
Okay.
And what I have seen so far is that the speed dial, the heading dial, the altitude all work. So today I'm going to be testing to make sure like the auto throttle works, to make sure that LNAV, VNAV, all those are working. And as long as those all check out, then I'm going to continue to use it for this aircraft.
All aircraft information, Romeo is now current. QNH 1012.
155 and V2162. The departure is set in the FMC.
All right, well, we have the pre-flight briefing in progress. In just a moment here, we'll be done with that, and we'll be calling for pushback.
And our destination is São Paulo.
How can I help you?
All right, back up here in the cockpit, we're going to go down here, and we're going to ask for all doors to be closed from the purser. And we're going to ask for the doors to be armed.
All doors to armed mode.
All right, perfect. And then we'll go back over here to the EFB. We'll go remove all ground equipment.
Affirmative.
And then we'll request all hatches to be closed. And once that is done, we can go ahead and start pressurizing the plane.
Pressurized, sir.
All right, very good. So we'll go up top here. We'll get all of our hydraulics on. All of these switches to auto, and then the plane can now start to pressurize as we get ready for pushback. And then now we can go up top to our plug-in for better pushback, and we will set our pushback. And right about here looks good to me. All right, we'll go with that. And then here we will go back up top to plug-ins, better pushback, and we will request pushback. And the jetway can go bye-bye. And we are going to be getting out of Cape Town, South Africa here in just a moment. You can see our tug coming up here to the plane.
American 4523, Cape Town ground.
Driving through the building, no problem. Don't worry about that. Nothing to see here. Cape Town ground, American 4523 Heavy, ready for push and start. And request call sign change to American 4523 Heavy.
We are ready back here. The briefing has been completed and all is secured.
All right, briefing is done. We're going to get our seatbelt signs on, no electronics, switch over to the on position. And pushback has started. We have our pushback clearance. And we're getting pushback from the gate. All right, we see that N1 start to rise with engine number 2. And once it reaches 25%, we will go ahead and introduce the fuel. All right, introduce that fuel to engine number 2. It is locally in the 3 o'clock hour here in Cape Town, South Africa. We will be landing in the dark as we make our way into São Paulo tonight. Should be in São Paulo about 10 p.m., 10:30 São Paulo time.
Thank you for your attention.
So late night arrival for us.
Ready for takeoff. We know you have lots of choices, so thanks for choosing American. We're happy to be your airline. Now if you'll just follow along with me, we'll be on our way.
Alright, we'll go back up top. We'll get engine number 1 over to ground.
11 heavy request.
UPS 11, pushback and
Welcome
start.
aboard.
Base northeast.
Before we depart, here are some important safety instructions. First things first, let's buckle those belts.
We'll check in
Insert
with
the
the
metal
purser.
end into the buckle and pull the strap to tighten. To open, simply lift on the top of the buckle.
Well, I don't have a no smoking
And
sign
remember,
right now in this
seatbelt should be
plane.
fastened
It got
wherever
replaced
you're
by the no
seated,
electronics,
just
so
in case of
she's a little
unexpected
confused. That's okay though.
To get us on our way, make sure your seat is up, all electronic devices are put away, and your tray table is stowed. If you have a carry-on, push it all the way under the seat in front of you. If it won't fit, place it in the overhead bin.
BN
If you have a handheld
6607,
device, please
ready
switch
for
it to
taxi
airplane mode
to
now.
departure.
You'll find our full electronic device
Okay, we'll get
policy
that fuel now
under
introduced to
our
engine number 1.
U.S. law prohibits smoking, including electronic cigarettes, at any time. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying smoke detectors in the lavatories may result
get our
in a
Chronos
fine.
going.
U.S. law requires all to comply with lighted and posted signs and crew member instructions. Now let's review the safety card. Please pay close attention, and before you know it, we'll be off.
Alright, we'll set that parking brake and we'll let him disconnect the tug.
All exits on this airplane are clearly marked. Take a moment to locate the nearest one.
There we go, parking brake is
Keep
set.
in mind, it may be behind you.
One radio check.
Alright, we can go ahead and let him finish what he's doing out there. We'll go down to the FMC. We're going to take a look at our perf here, get our trim set.
I'm working on that clearance. Stand by.
Alright, very good. Trim is set. And we can go up to our overhead and we will get our last two switches to the on position here for our engines. And we'll get our remaining couple lights on before taxi. APU bleed can come off, APU can come off. And we are ready to taxi out. Get our flap set here to 5 degrees.
In the event of an evacuation,
Do some flight control
escape path
checks.
lighting will appear. Follow the lights until you've reached your exit. Leave all carry-ons behind. Just head quickly and safely to the nearest exit, and don't forget, it may be behind you. Now, if the airplane loses pressure, oxygen masks will drop automatically. While remaining seated with your seatbelt fastened, hold down on the mask to extend the tubing. The yellow cup goes over your nose and mouth like so, then slip the band over your head to secure the mask to your face. The band adjusts automatically. Normal breathing will start the flow of oxygen. And remember to always put your own mask on first before helping others. Life vests are located either under or next to your seat. To remove the vest, pull the tab or compartment handle to break the seal. For help locating them, see your safety card. Remove the vest from the package like this. Put the vest over your head. Wrap the strap around your waist, attach the buckle, and pull tight. Once outside, pull the tab to inflate your vest or blow into the red tube on the side. In the water, a light on your vest will illuminate. And please, only inflate your vest outside the airplane. Now, your seat cushion may be used as a flotation device. Just remove the lower cushion and put your arms through the straps found on the opposite side. The crew will now be coming around to do a final cabin check. After takeoff, we'll be back with more information. And if you need anything, don't hesitate to ask. As always, we're here to make your flight great. Because great is what we're going for.
American 4523.
Cape Town Ground, Victoria 1364. Holding short over runway 16.
Cape Town Tower, American 4523 Heavy, holding short runway 19er, ready for departure.
American 4523 Heavy, Cape Town Tower, runway 19er, wind 130 at 12, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff for American 4523 Heavy. Alright, we'll go ahead and advise the cabin that we are ready to line up on the runway. Flight attendants can be seated.
Approaching 19.
We'll see how we do with our lineup here with this Boeing 777. She's a big bird to get lined up on these runways.
Zulu, contact Cape Town ground on 121.9er.
9.
Alright,
not too bad.
Stingray 9er Alpha Zulu, contact Cape Town ground on 121.9er. Have a good day.
Okay, we'll advise the purser one last time here that we are going to be taking off.
We are taking off.
Fine.
Fine. a little sassy. All right, here we go. Rough throttles to 40%. Slight forward down pressure on the yoke. And let's head out to Sao Paulo, Brazil. Airspeed's alive.
runway 01/5, ready for departure. All aircraft be advised, information whiskey is now current. UNH 1013.
Rotate.
01 heavy.
Positive rate.
Bravo Alpha,
Gear up.
welcome to Cape Town. Contact ground on 121.9er.
Alright, we can go flaps to position 1. Okay, let's just watch our airspeed here, making sure we don't fall out of the sky. That would always be good. And we'll go flaps clean. Just dip that nose down a little bit so we can maintain our speed. And we'll just go ahead and keep hand flying this out. Nice smooth departure.
Cape Town Tower, good day. Lufthansa Flight 76 Heavy, established ILS Zulu, runway 19. Lufthansa 5. Kenya 784, contact Cape Town Tower on 118.1. American 4523, contact Cape Town Center on 125.1.
Contact Cape Town Center on 125.1 for American 4523 Heavy. Good evening, Cape Town Center, American 4523 Heavy, climbing flight level 110 for 360. All right, welcome back, everybody. We are currently on our descent into Sao Paulo. We're currently at 17,000 feet on our way down. We just reached our last waypoint that we're going to follow within this flight plan down here. We're actually going to be taking our vectored approach in. Like I was saying earlier in the video, my WinWing Boeing autopilot panel is now working. So I'm going to be utilizing ATC through Say Intentions and using their vectors to get us in. So you can see where our magenta line for our flight plan would be taking us. However, we did just get our most recent vector, and it's going to be taking us on a more southern approach into the Sao Paulo runway. So we're going to be just doing a little bit different of an approach here than what we had originally planned, but I do want to test the panel and then alongside the vectoring of Say Intentions ATC. So we'll be down on the ground here in just a little bit as we continue to make our way down. We're going to be following the coastline of Brazil into Sao Paulo. We're currently coming up on Rio de Janeiro, and it is currently in the 9 o'clock hour here, late in the 9 o'clock hour, as we are making our way down to our next destination. Alright, so you can see the lights of Sao Paulo, the southern end of the city, down below us. We're currently holding at flight level 5,000. Our next waypoint, we're going to be just below 5,000 feet, so we're just going to hold here until we make our turn north to meet up with that waypoint. We do have some mountains out here in front of us, kind of up over here to our right. So as we make that vector, I'm just kind of interested to see how Say Intentions AI handles that. So we're just going to be pretty cautious here as we make our way down. Of course, this is an airport I have never flown into, so I'm not so familiar with the region, but I am seeing it on my map. So there's our most recent vector. We're going to go ahead and drop our altitude here to 4,500, and we'll start making our heading here to 325, and we'll get our vertical speed entered in. Drop some of this altitude. Always a little nerve-wracking when you're flying into an airport that you have not flown into before in the dark, in a mountainous region, and you're trusting ATC vectors to get you there appropriately. So really putting ATC to the test here. Okay, so according to the map, yep, we're going to get some of these mountains underneath us here. So you're going to start seeing on our PFD screen the true altitude that we're at. We're like 2,400 feet, so we're just going to very slowly keep descending. Don't want to get anywhere near those mountains. As we make our way into the city center of Sao Paulo, that altitude will start to bleed off. And we may even get a warning here if we get too close to one of these peaks that we need to really pay attention to. So just going to keep on flying our vectored path here and wait for our next instruction. Alright, we're going to go flaps position 1 and over to our right of the aircraft. We should start to see some of the lights of the city center of Sao Paulo.
Pacer 901 kilo. Contact security center.
Again, we're just waiting for our next vector. If we get a little too close to my comfort zone here with these mountains, I'm going to just basically vector in a little earlier. Making sure we just don't run a risk here. Again, using AI ATC, utilizing their vectors. I'm relying that they're going to be giving us the proper vectors here in, so we don't come close to those mountains, but definitely don't want to risk it. We're just holding here currently at 4,700 feet. Saying here for above 45 we should be good, but you can see on our PFD we are just about 2,000 feet over these mountains, so we don't have much wiggle room here as we make our final vectors in.
American 4523, turn right heading 360.
All right, right turn 360.
American 4523.
And as we venture further north here, we are going to be coming up on a little bit more mountains. So we're just going to be staying close to that. All right, so there we have an altitude alert, so it's just alarming us. So we have a couple peaks. So we have 1,600 feet below us to work with, so the plane is wanting us to pull up. I am going to, I think, go ahead and just get ourselves vectored in away from these mountains, because I don't want to keep heading north and waiting for that final vector here from ATC, just in case we have any issues there with these mountains here that we are currently flying over. Again, I'm just using the maps that I have to my left on my other monitor. I'm using obviously the screen that I'm flying with here in the plane. So as we make our way now towards the airport, we'll start to see this altitude kind of be more in our favor as we come in and get back over 2,000 feet as we make our final descent. Alright, we're still getting that altitude alert. However, we are in much better shape now than we were just a few minutes ago.
Switching to Guarulhos Tower on 118.4, turn 0,000.
You can see now that we are over the city of São Paulo.
Contact Guarulhos Tower on 118.4.
And again, it's just a little bit of altitude here just to kind of get us on a little better glide slope path into the runway.
Direct development approved, Air Canada 900, thank you.
And maybe it'll also clear this alert. Again, not too worried about it at the moment. Alright, we can see the runways out in front of us. We're going to go flaps 15 degrees. Altitude's looking good. I'm noticing that pull-up alert on the PFD never did clear. I don't know if that's a glitch from FlightFactor or what, but as you can see, we are doing just fine here with our altitude. So we'll just go ahead and ignore that. So overall, Say Intentions did a pretty good job of vectoring us in. I think it kind of sent us a little too far out from the airport. I think we could have come in a little more shallow. We were a little low on our descent, but we were still like 30 miles out from the airport. So if anything, it could have vectored us in a little tighter of an approach. Then we also wouldn't have dealt with those mountains as much. So that's one thing that you know, I think what they're trying to do with ATC is try to get the vectoring down a little bit better, and that's one reason why I haven't used it a whole lot on my approaches. But over time, I think they will get that down a little bit better. All right, so let's drop our landing gear.
American 4523, heavy Guarulhos Tower, roger, continue approach runway 10 right, winds 140 at 5.
All right, okay, perfect. 10 right's our runway.
140 at 5, runway 10 right, cleared to land. Cleared to land, runway 10 right. American
make our final couple turns here to get in line with the runway. And we'll go ahead and disengage autopilot. It'll be my airplane. flaps 20. I'll tell you, the night lighting in X-Plane is just so well done. I know the YouTube compression is going to take a little bit of that effect away, but looking at what I'm seeing here on a 1440p monitor, it looks absolutely incredible.
Tower, Speedbird 247 with you.
Speedbird 247 Heavy, Guarulhos Tower, roger. Continue approach.
Continue approach, Speedbird 247. Clear to land runway 10, Speedbird 247.
Okay, we do have a crosswind right now.
1,000.
We're gonna go flaps 25. 1,000 feet checked. Start dropping down a little bit more of our speed. Keep that nose down. Okay, we'll go flaps full. Still got that crosswind coming from our right.
Go 1701, you'll stay with me for departure.
Approaching 500.
Alright, continue.
Go 1701, roger, stay with me for departure.
Minimums.
Landing.
400.
Just kind of fighting these small gusts of wind here that we're having.
$100. 50. 40. 30.
Alright, cut the power.
20.
Start the flare.
10.
Make up their mind, sir. We're either number 1 or number 2.
We are down. Alright, reversers out. Ooh, it is. It is windy right now. It's kicking us all over the runway. I'm using those rotor pedals. Keep us in line. Wow.
We are rolling already.
When you're down here on the runway, that was in the air. Alright, we'll keep those reversers out. Keep slowing her down. We'll switch over to manual braking.
1,000 feet remaining.
And we'll stow those reversers. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome down to São Paulo, Brazil. After 8 hours and 57 minutes in the air, we are here, ready to spend the night here in São Paulo before we head out to Miami, Florida in the morning.
Good evening. We're clear of the runway and ready to taxi to the gate.
American 4523, Guarulhos ground.
Alright, we'll go up top here. We'll get the APU started.
Gate 603R via Charlie Charlie. Hold short of runway 28 right.
Go and clear any messages.
Alpha, Yankee 6, Whiskey 9er, Alpha. Have a good day.
Taxi to Terminal 3, Gate 603 Romeo, via Charlie Charlie. Hold short of runway 28 right. Then
We'll just
November
hold right
Alpha,
here. We'll go ahead and clean up our
Yankee
flaps.
6, Whiskey 9 Alpha. American 4523.
And we'll get our taxi light on. See, oh, that's a little too dark there. We'll just keep. There we go. That's much better. Let's see where we're going here. All right, perfect. And we will go ahead and taxi to the gate. All right, so we're going to be taking this right turn into this terminal, and we'll start looking for our gate here over on our left. It's about 10 o'clock at night here in São Paulo. Looks like our gate is going to be all the way down here on our left.
At gate 312, request pushback.
Okay, kind of an interesting parking position here for us.
Pushback fascist
Kind of pushed
KM007.
here in the corner. We're going to follow the dotted line here into the gate. Gotta make this turn extra wide here because we got that aircraft here to our left, which probably wouldn't be there in real life. We'd probably be over on the solid line, over by that jetway. We may need to just use the air stairs to get everybody off. Not a problem.
Ground, hello, Speedbird 246, request push and start.
Alright, we'll set that parking brake. Very good.
Push and start
Engine
approved.
number 2
Please
can
start.
go to the off position. Engine number 1, same thing. And we will go ahead and clean up our lights here so we don't blind everybody here at the ramp. Runway turn-off lights can come off. Strobe light can come off, or taxi light should come off. Wing light can come off. Alright, let's go down here to our purser. Let's get in contact with her. We can start the deboarding process.
All doors disarmed.
Perfect. Alright, let's get in touch with the ground crew.
This is the captain. Good day.
Good day. Ready over here.
Alright, very good. We'll ask for some chocks.
Some equipment
8076.
No
Wireless
problem.
ground.
Which one?
Good evening. Go ahead.
Sure. Any other requests?
Let's see, we'll open that forward door. I feel like this process here with the FlightFactor 777 is a little clunky. I think they could really kind of streamline this,
Yes,
make it a
sir.
little more fluid.
Anything
You can
else?
only ask for one request at a time. I'd love to go in there and just select all of my requests and be like, okay, this is what I need, you know, make it happen.
Any
I
other
think when you have to do
requests?
one thing at a time, it kind of makes it clunky. So maybe one day we'll see that change. But overall, it is a pretty good system. Okay, and we'll request some air stairs here to get the passengers deboarded because we were just too far away from this jetway, as you can kind of see here. And we're kind of by ourselves here in the dark corner. That's interesting. All right, we'll call for catering service, lavatory services. We'll go here. We'll ask for deboarding of catering, luggage, and passengers. All right, very good. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, we are down here in Sao Paulo. It's late here at night. We're going to be spending the night here in Sao Paulo, and in the morning, we're going to be hopping on the same American Airlines 777 on our way to Miami, Florida. So we basically, with this flight, have completed our Southern Hemisphere portion of Around the Globe 2026. Now we're going to be flying north back to Miami. From Miami, we're going to be heading to New York, and then New York over to London, and that'll kick off the second half of Around the Globe 2026, where we will do the northern hemisphere of the globe. So really, in this annual, or sorry, the inaugural year, that's the word I'm looking for, the inaugural year of Around the Globe, we're going to be basically going around twice, once in each hemisphere. So definitely unique, I think, compared to other Around the Globes or world flights that we see in this hobby. So thank you all so much for joining me, and we will see you all in the morning as we will reboard this plane and make our way north back to America. Everyone take care, and we'll see you next time.